Hi, I'm Chef Christopher Koetke. U.S. high oleic soybean oil is a top quality and versatile oil produced from soybeans sustainably grown in the United States. In fact, the United States is the leading country in the world to grow high oleic soybeans. In this video, we're going to cook up some battered foods like light and crunchy tempura and a classic deep fried cod. Deep frying is one of the areas where U.S. high oleic soybean oil really shines. As a deep fry oil, it has so many advantages. A high smoke point, 460 Fahrenheit, 233 Celsius, and a great stability at prolonged high temperatures. This means that it holds up over time and doesn't result in off flavors. It also means that you don't have to change your fryer oil as often, which means cost savings in terms of the actual oil and the labor needed to change the oil. Another advantage of high oleic soybean oil is that it has a very clean, neutral flavor. That's exceptionally important in items like tempura, where you want to preserve the delicate flavors of the food. To prepare tempura, the first thing we're going to do is mix up the tempura batter. Now into this batter, I have some flour, some club soda or sparkling water, and a little bit of egg. Now, a couple things here. Be sure that that water is ice cold when you mix it up. And secondly, just mix it a tiny bit. Then I have my vegetables, or it could be, shrimp as well. But the vegetables, you want to cut them nice and thin like I've done over here. I'm just going to drop them into my tempura batter, a little bit of squash and maybe a couple shiitakes. And then very simply, I'm going to take the bowl and I'm going to drop these with lots of batter into my oil. Again, high oleic soybean oil at 370 degrees, which is about almost 190 degrees Celsius. Drop them in what we call the swimming method, and we're going to cook them till they're perfectly light brown. So once the tempura is that beautiful light brown, crunchy texture, go ahead and pull it right out of the oil. Put it onto a paper towel, let it drain a little bit. And one of the beauties of this oil is this very clean, neutral flavor, which when you make tempura, it's so essential because you don't want to taste the oil, you just want to taste what's inside of that beautiful breading. Now the breading, you can see right in here, there's these little bits here. I want to be sure to pull those out, little bits of dough here, after I deep fry it so that they don't keep cooking in the oil. And one of the things that's kind of neat is you can actually eat these, a little bit of salt on them, they're delicious. Now our tempura is ready to serve along with a little dipping sauce, crunchy on the outside and soft and flavorful. This is a great example of how high oleic soybean oil really works well in the kitchen. U.S. high oleic soybean oil also resists polymerization. That refers to the buildup on the sides of the fryer, that gummy stuff that's so hard to clean off. What advantage that is for restaurants that rely on their deep fryers to cook high volumes of items like fish and chips. So let's make some. To deep fry our fish, we're going to begin with these pieces of cod. Now the cod, I've lightly seasoned them with salt and pepper. I'm then going to take them and put them into some flour. The flour is what we call a pre-dust, and that's going to help us basically help the batter stick to the fish. Now notice I'm going to do this technique of wet hand, dry hand. So this is now my dry hand, and I'm going to put this into the batter. Give it a little tap, like so, and then I take my wet hand, the same one I grabbed the fish with earlier, and I'm just going to sort of roll those into the batter. And just like the tempura, I'm going to do the swimming technique, which means I'm going to pick it up and just drop it into the fryer, into the oil, into that high oleic soybean oil. Now this time, this is cooking at a little lower temperature, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 175 Celsius because it's a thicker piece of fish. It takes a little bit longer to cook. Our fish is now done, and you can see how beautifully golden the fish is as it comes out of the oil. And great fish and chips, they're crunchy on the outside and soft and moist on the inside. The neutral flavor of this high oleic soybean oil really lets you enjoy the flavor of the fish.